Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to show you how I crocheted this little pillow here. Obviously not the little Sheba, but I just wanted to put it in there for a size reference. Today's stitch that I'll be using is called the Waffle stitch, and it mainly consists of a double crochet, so it's pretty easy. I'm going to move you in a little bit closer just to show you the detailing. So it definitely looks much harder than it actually is. And honestly, it doesn't take too long. This took me about 2 days, mainly because I did the panels on different days, but it will depend on how big you want your pillow. I do freehand this, so you can go based off of how you want your specific pillow. I think that this would be a great gift for Christmas, and I think it's so beautiful. Like, I'm in love with this stitch here. It's just, it looks like it's so hard to do, but honestly it's not. So if you're interested in making one of these, I'm gonna let you know what you'll need in the next clip. I'll be using a crochet hook in the size 5.5 millimeters, scissors, stuffing. The first thing we're going to do is create a slip knot, and to do that I will just take my yarn like this, twist it, pull some of this yarn through and tie it up, and then I'll just insert my hook right through the loop and tighten it like that. Then we're going to want to determine how long or how wide we want our pillow. So for my pillow, I do chain a 46, so you can feel free to do whatever you like. Just make sure it's an even number. So to chain, all you have to do is yarn over your hook and pull through. So just continue doing that until you reach your desired length. Once you finish your chain for round 2 or row 2, you're just going to double crochet all the way through. So to double crochet, you just yarn over your hook. You're going to insert your hook through the second stitch from the hook, so obviously not the one closest to it, but the one right after that. Take some of this yarn through, and now you have these 3 loops here on your hook. You want to yarn over one more time and go through the first 2. Yarn over one more time and pull through the next 2. So you'll just continue doing that all the way through. So again, it's yarning over your hook, going into your stitch. Yep, 3 loops, yarn over one more time, go through the first 2, yarn over one more time, and then go through the last 2. So I'm going to continue doing that all the way through for row 2. Here is what my project currently looks like, and now we can move on to row 3. So for row 3, or any time you reach the end of your project, you need to chain 1 and then turn your work. So this whole project is basically double crochets, but to create the waffle effect, you basically just need to go behind these posts right here. So what you're going to do first is just do your double crochet. So we're going to yarn over our hook, and then I don't go into this corner stitch right here. You want to go into the next one after that. So I'm just going to do a normal double crochet. And then you're going to double crochet, but double crochet into this post here. So as you can see, this is your normal stitch, and then this is the post. So just yarn over your hook. We're going to go through this post. Now we have our 3 loops. We'll finish off our double crochet. Okay, so just to go over this again, you did your double crochet normally, you did a double crochet through the post. Now we're going to do 2 more double crochets, but normally. So I'm just going to yarn over, going into the next stitch, and finish off this double crochet one more time. Okay, so now we did a double crochet, the post, 2 more double crochets. So next we're going to do a double crochet, but into the post this time. So I yarned over, I'm going through this post here. So next we're going to do 2 more double crochets, normally into the next stitches. So 1 and 2. Okay, so this is what it currently looks like. So basically all you did was your first double crochet normally, and that's because you just want to make sure you have the edging of it, and then you do your post. So it's basically your post, 2 more, post, 2 more, and then a post again. So it's just going to alternate like that. And then at the end here, you should have just a normal double crochet at the end. So I'll come back after I finish this row and you'll see how it looks. I just finished this row, and here's what it looks like. You can start to see the little boxes forming. So once you get to the end, I have 2 double crochets left that I did. If you don't end up with the same thing, that's totally fine because we're not all working on the same project. You might have made yours bigger or smaller. So that really doesn't matter. I'll show you what you need to do on the other side if you do end up with something different. So again, at the end, you just want to put your hook back in, and then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So this is how the other side looks. Now, I'm not sure if you can tell, but these 2 posts are raised out. So that's what we did on the other side, which it created this on the back. So what you're going to do is just, if you have something that's raised up, that's what you're going to double crochet behind. If it's just normal flat like this, you're just going to do a normal double crochet. So I'm going to double crochet into the normal stitch for the first one. And the second one, because it's not a post. So now I reach the elevated stitch right here. So what I'm going to do is yarn over my hook and then go behind it. And then I'll just finish off the double crochet. So again, this is another post, so I'm going to yarn over my hook and go right behind it. Just like that, and then I'll finish off the double crochet. So here on my next one, this is not elevated, it's behind, so I'm just going to do a normal double crochet through that stitch, and that time it was only 1, so I'm only going doing the normal one time. Then up comes a post again, so I'm just going to go behind it. So hopefully that makes sense. So there's another post I'm going behind. So this stitch right here isn't raised. I'm going to go into it normally. Now let me just take this out to show you what it looks like. Then I'll show you the other side. So it creates the little box on the other side. But this is only half of the box because once you go with your next round, it'll create the full length of what this square is going to be, or what the square is. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish off this round, and then I'll show you how it looks. I just finished the back row, and this is what it looks like. You can definitely tell this is the back because there are no waffle detailings. If I turn it around, you can see your little squares. So you're going to alternate between rows 1 and 2 of what you did and create the length that you like. So I'm going to show you just one more row, but once we reach the end, you want to chain 1, turn your work. Now to make this more clear, I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, but basically the only time you're going to double crochet behind something is when you see the elevated stitch or the elevated post here. So oh my gosh, I need to stop saying so. Okay, anyways, you're going to double crochet, and this stitch right here is a normal one. So I'm going to do a normal double crochet. And now I see the elevated post. I'm going to yarn over and now crochet behind it. Grab some of this yarn through. Yarn over my hook and pull through the first 2, then the last 2. So again, these 2 are not elevated, so I'm going to crochet normally. Remember, it's all double crochets. Next, I reach a post, so I'm going to crochet behind it. And here you can see the little squares, the little waffle stitch. So now you're just going to do that all the way through. Oh my god, I said so again. Sorry. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. Okay, once you reach the back side, just make sure you crochet behind the post, and then, you know, keep going till you reach the desired length you like of how big you want your pillow, and then I'll show you what to do next. I just finished the length of my pillow, and this is about 30 rows, and now I'm going to show you how to do the edging, but just a reminder, you will need 2 pieces, of course, to, you know, stitch your pillow together. But to do the edging, we're just going to put our hook back in this loop here, and then I'm going to chain 1. So at every corner you want to chain 1, and then you're just going to single crochet along the entire border. So obviously these aren't stitches, but you know, you just want to single crochet. We want to make the edging a little bit neater. I just finished this edge of the single crochet, so as you can see it's a little bit more nice and neat, and this part is a little bit more jagged, a little bit rough. So once you get to the corner, like I mentioned earlier, you just want to chain one and then continue single crocheting. So I'm gonna come back after I finish my last edge, and then I'll go on from there. I'm currently at my last edge, and as you can see it's already pretty nice because this is where we did our chain, so it's pretty straight already. But I'm going to do a border around it still because I just want to, and it's going to add some extra length to it. If this was your first panel, what you're going to do is just cut off this yarn here and secure it to your piece. However, this is my second panel because I already finished this one. So what I did here was just secure it to the back of, or the inside of my pillow, and then now we can sew everything up. So what you're going to do is take your first panel, and then you want to place it, make sure that this is what you want facing out. So here's the back piece, and then now I'm just going to sew these together. So what you can do here is either slip stitch, sew it on with a threading needle, or what I'm going to do is just single crochet the border. It's basically what you want, what's easier for you, but I want to single crochet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2 corner pieces, and then I'm just going to align them up and insert my hook to the other side of the pillow. And for the first one, I'm just going to slip stitch. So I just yarned over my hook and I pulled it straight through. Well, it'll mess up right here, but okay. Now I'm just going to single crochet along the border. So what I'm going to do is just insert my hook through both of the stitches, yarn over and pull through. So I'll show you that again. I'm just going to insert my hook through one of the stitches on one of the panels, and then onto the next one, yarn over and pull through. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up, maybe I think I'll do up till the 3rd side of the border, and then that's when I'll stuff my project. So another thing you can do is, if you don't feel comfortable just, you know, stuffing the project with your fiber fill in the inside, you can add a layer of fabric on the inside, but that's a little bit more work, and I am not gonna do that. So whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with, but I'm just gonna stuff it and not put any lining in the inside. I'm currently at my 3rd edge, but I just wanted to mention another thing is, once you reach the corner when you're sewing, you can go ahead and chain one, and then continue single crocheting if you want more of a squared border. If you don't, just continue do your normal single crochet. But now I'm just going to stuff this up, and then I'll sew the edge, the last edge of this. Okay, so I finished stuffing my little pillow, and then I finished this edge here. So what I did here is just cut off the excess piece of yarn, and then now I'm just going to put this little string through this loop, tighten it up here, and then I'm just going to secure it one more time, maybe by inserting it in through the stitch and then just pushing it into the pillow so I can make sure that this little piece is gone, and then I will be done with the pillow. Here is how the pillow turned out. I think it looks so beautiful. I'm in love with the waffle stitching, and I think that it's pretty easy to do, and this project really only took me 2 days, mainly because I was stopping here and there, but I think it's super fast to whip up, and it would be a great Christmas gift. Doesn't it look beautiful? I just love this stitch so much. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I explained it really well. Let me know if you guys make this. I'm so excited.